Florida Department of Health hit by potential cyber attack, confirms temporary outages. The Florida Department of Health has acknowledged temporary outages in its vital statistics system due to a potential cyber incident, possibly linked to a ransomware attack by the Ransom Hub Group. The attackers claim to have accessed 100 gigabytes of data, threatening to release it soon. Despite disruptions, most department systems remain operational. Dark web actors exploiting a critical account takeover vulnerability targeting NPM accounts. A threat actor, Alderson 1337, is selling an exploit on breach forums targeting NPM accounts via a critical account takeover vulnerability. This exploit could inject undetectable backdoors into NPM packages, potentially compromising organizational devices. The claims remain unverified, as NPM Inc. has not issued an official statement regarding the vulnerability. False alarm. IntelBroker's Cognizant data breach claim found to involve test data. Cognizant Technology Solutions confirmed that an alleged data breach by IntelBroker involved only fictional test data in a cloud-based testing environment, with no client data affected. The company continues to investigate the claim, maintaining their commitment to security and transparency. Formula One governing body FIA suffers data breach. Email accounts compromised. The Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, FIA, confirmed a data breach resulting from a phishing attack that compromised several email accounts. The organization has notified relevant regulators and implemented additional security measures. While critical details about the breach remain undisclosed, the FIA emphasizes its commitment to data protection and cybersecurity. Windows recall remains insecure, researcher says. Google developing similar feature. Microsoft's planned Windows recall feature remains vulnerable to cyberattacks, as security researcher Kevin Beaumont revealed. Despite delays to address privacy and security concerns, the latest preview is still susceptible to the total recall exploit. Meanwhile, Google is developing a similar, more privacy-friendly feature for its Pixel 9 devices. Law enforcement and private sector team up to disrupt Cobalt strike abuse. Law enforcement and cybersecurity firms, led by the UK's National Crime Agency, disrupted cybercriminal misuse of Cobalt strike in Operation Morpheus. The operation flagged 690 IP addresses, disabling 593 linked to unlicensed Cobalt strike. This effort targeted the tools used in deploying ransomware and malware via phishing attacks. People's Cyber Army, APT-44, and No-Name 057 launched DDoS attacks on Denmark. Pro-Russian hacktivist groups, the People's Cyber Army and No-Name 057, claimed responsibility for DDoS attacks on Denmark's critical infrastructure in response to Denmark's plan to train Ukrainian F-16 pilots. Targets included government sites, the Danish tax agency, and the National Bank of Denmark. These actions underscore escalating cyber threats and vulnerabilities. Australia bets $2 billion on top-secret AWS cloud, security innovation, or dependence dilemma. Amazon Web Services, AWS, and the Australian government announced a $2 billion partnership to create a top-secret AWS cloud, TS Cloud, enhancing defense and intelligence capabilities. This project aims to boost national security while raising concerns about dependency on a single provider and promises significant economic growth and job creation. Aftermarket software firm Evoritas, clients face unverified data breach claims. Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP, system Evoritas suffered a major data breach, with a threat actor claiming to have exfiltrated the entire dataset, including client information. The stolen data is reportedly being sold on the dark web, raising serious concerns about client privacy and security. Major security flaws in Mitsubishi Electric software. Urgent patches required. Mitsubishi Electric's Genesis 64 and MCWorks 64 software have several critical vulnerabilities, including issues with resource allocation and digital signature validation. These flaws could lead to denial of service attacks and unauthorized program execution. Users are advised to apply security patches, secure network access, and follow best practices to mitigate risks. Vintage Investment Partners appoints Elon Laferman as Chief Value Add Officer. Vintage Investment Partners has appointed Elon Laferman as Chief Value Add Officer. Laferman, formerly with AWS, will lead the Value Plus platform, connecting startups with corporations and enhancing services with Gen AI. His appointment aims to boost Vintage's role in the venture ecosystem and digital transformation. GeoServer and GeoTools address XPath expression injection vulnerabilities. GeoServer and GeoTools have fixed critical XPath expression injection vulnerabilities, CV 2024-36401, CV 2024-36404, that could lead to remote code execution. Users are advised to upgrade to the latest versions or apply temporary workarounds to protect against potential attacks on geospatial data systems.